Back new Netflix film that just hit the streaming service this past week. The film's written and directed by Seth Gordon, whose two last directorial features were 2017's Baywatch and Identity Thief. This movie stars Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. This is Diaz's first role in a movie in over 10 years. In this film, they star as a married couple who are spies for the CIA, but they give it all away. So 15 years later, they have a family and they're brought back into the spy life, which brings their kids into it, and they try to save the day after a MacGuffin is in the wrong hands. Playing their kids is McKenna Roberts as Alice, and Leo's played by Ryland Jackson. The supporting cast is pretty stacked here. Kyle Chandler plays Chuck, someone who works with our lead two characters in the CIA. Glenn Close plays the character of Ginny, who is Cameron Diaz's character's mother in the film, who comes through around halfway through the film. Also, Andrew Scott is in the film as Baron, someone who works at MI6 for London. The film is an hour and 54 minutes and is PG-13. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new Netflix review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinenberg. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I talk all things movies, TV shows, movie franchise rankings, box office, and out of theater reactions. If you like any one of those things, subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below. What are your thoughts on Back in Action? If you liked it, tell me if you liked it or not liked it. Are you happy Cameron Diaz is back in Hollywood in a major way? Tell me, are you done with these Netflix movies, or do you like that they keep making these type of action films? Let me know in the comments. And also, please hit that thumbs up button. So, I didn't see a single trailer for this movie. I wasn't very excited. I am someone who does enjoy Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz a lot. I grew up watching a lot of Cameron Diaz films, so it was kind of weird, but she was not acting for, again, her last film was Annie, which she also started with Jamie Foxx. And that's came out in 2014. It's really 11 years ago. So it is crazy, but happy to see her back in Hollywood. But overall, did not know anything except these two in an action movie. And sadly, this just is another addition to the Netflix conveyor belt of forgettable, and in my opinion, especially this one, bad action films. Now, some people, after I watched the film, I already made my thoughts and got my notes together for the review. I watched some of their, read some of their thoughts, and I guess I'm going to come out much harsher. I really did not like this movie, and I'm someone who, again, as I said, really enjoys Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. And Netflix has made movies like this, which are really bad from a script perspective, but at least the charisma of the leading actors, like this is very similar to a movie that came out 6 months ago on Netflix called The Union, which I've done a review for here on the channel, starring Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry. That movie's also very cliche, twists and turns are predictable, but I actually really enjoyed the chemistry of Wahlberg and Berry. So it's a bad movie, but I don't think it was one of the worst of the films of the year for me. This, on the other hand, I think is going to go down as one of the worst films. Maybe not of the whole year, but at least my bottom 20 of the year. This is a really bad film. And sadly, I'll go through a couple problems. First, I just think the script here is really bad. And Seth Gordon and Brendan O'Brien are very veteran writers. Again, Seth Gordon, his most, I guess, his best work came for directing Horrible Bosses. But from a writing perspective, didn't really like right. He also wrote the story for The Lost City, which I really enjoyed a couple years ago. But here, this just feels like anyone could have written this script in their, room. This is a regular old action film with a married couple who quit the spy work, raise a family, and then are brought back into it. There's twists and turns on who actually the villain is, who's not the villain. Are the kids going to be in the action or not? You've seen this movie and the MacGuffin here. You've also seen in action films a billion times. There's nothing original going on. And for me, sometimes it's not great for a movie, but at least the movie can have some energy and some entertaining action scenes. But that's where I think the film does fall apart for me, is that I just didn't feel any energy going on here. And there wasn't that good pacing or energy, and the action scenes are very hit or miss. There's like two or three particular action scenes that I actually kind of enjoyed, and the stunt work was really strong. But then there's other times they're clearly using CGI. There was one shot in the movie which is totally CGI with two characters standing on a snowy mountain, and there's snow falling down from above. But obviously, this is clearly CGI because the characters have no snow on them whatsoever, but it's like downpouring snow. It makes no sense. It's laughably bad in a movie like this, and this is the type of movie that Back in Action is. Now, as I said, the script's not good, but also doesn't help. It seems that Diaz and Fox, at least in this movie, just don't really have any chemistry here. The banter I thought was going to be a lot stronger between two of the more charismatic actors of the last 25, 30 years. And I enjoy both of them a ton in so many projects. They both just kind of fell when their chemistry just felt very lifeless, in my opinion. And I would deem that probably more towards the script, not giving them much good things to say, but also the acting chemistry just wasn't there between Diaz and Fox, which was the sell point of the movie. Even if you're gonna have all these cliches and easy twists and turns and this and that, at least the two leads could have some fun banter and some funny moments, but I didn't really laugh at all throughout this movie. The saving grace of the movie is when Glenn Close's character enters the fray. She is choosing some weird projects over the last 5 years where it feels like she is just working to work at the moment. And she has like a British accent in this movie. And when she's kind of brought into the movie, it's like the only time where we can sit and actually get some sort of character development and moments in the movie. Because other than that, it's just sporadic action scenes with, and sadly, this has nothing to do with the children's performances. But these are some of the most annoyingly written children in a movie I've seen in a couple months, because these are really annoying kids that I just don't care about whatsoever throughout the film. It's not the performances, it's the written things that they have to say. Glenn Close, as I said, is the saving grace. She's really, I think she's the only thing that's at all interesting going on in the film, and she actually has good chemistry with Cameron Diaz's character. It's kind of a waste of Kyle Chandler and Andrew Scott and just absolute thankless roles in this film. There's a couple good action scenes, and while Glenn Close can be funny in spurts in this film, and obviously these actors are watchable, but for me, the movies it certainly is not. It is a cliched filled action movie, and the problem here is that there's just no energy with any of the actors and no energy with the action scenes, in my opinion. So this is a swing and another miss for the Netflix action film Back in Action. So overall, I'm going to give Back in Action on Netflix a 1 out of 5 stars, a 20%. What are your thoughts on Back in Action? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.